Let all cats old enough to catch their own prey gather here beneath the podcast for a clan meeting. Welcome to Paws Clause, a podcast where we read the Warrior Cats books in chronological order. I'm Scout, joined by my co-host and master furniture assembler, Jill. And today, we will be discussing The Broken Code Book 2, The Silent Thaw. Jill, get over here! Atone for your sins!
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll go sit out in the woods and think about what I've done.
Think about what you've done. Nobody's allowed to talk to Jill for a week.
Damn.
Oh, I'm
Y'all?
I'm so excited to talk about this book.
Oh, dang, dude. Fucking crazy.
Oh, boy.
Yes, it is true. I'm still assembling furniture.
Some say, to this day, they're still assembling furniture.
I still have furniture that has yet to arrive.
It's got it. They're letting you down.
Well, you know.
But are you getting to? Do you see the light at the end of the tunnel?
Not quite yet, but
not yet. It's
soon.
still dark. It's always darkest before the dawn, though.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it. We still got plenty of crap in the office I need to figure out where to put. But I am confident enough now in how I have sprayed down the entire closet in here with peppermint oil that I'm feeling safe enough to at least start putting some of the craft things in there.
The bugs are being beaten back. The bugs, Ma!
Well, it's also getting colder.
Oh, yeah. That's probably part of the reason that they were all inside, because it was starting to get to where it was colder outside than inside, so they were all coming inside.
Yeah, it's possible. But yeah, I think I can kind of see it at the end of the tunnel. We still got a lot to do, but it's feeling a little bit. I'm just really happy I got this fucking chair, dude.
We got the chair! You weren't confident.
A new chair. I got a new chair, everybody.
I'm so excited.
We're not going to be squeaking anymore. I'm spinning in my chair and it's not squeaking.
Let's go! Yeah, you weren't sure that it was going to be here by the time we did our next recording, but it did
because they didn't really give me any sort of like indication of when it would ship, but it shipped and it arrived and it's super comfortable and it doesn't squeak and it's got a wide base so I can sit like a gay person.
Ideal chair.
Yeah, it's a great chair. It's ergonomic. It's got a nice back to it.
Hell yeah.
I put it together yesterday while my husband was watching the football game. Football.
I love that.
Yeah, pretty good.
Shout out to the chair.
Fucking shout out to the chair, the new third member of this podcast.
Yeah, this one, we got rid of the other co-host. This is our new third co-host. It's the nice chair that's not
the good
too
chair.
Loud. The good chair.
That's definitely not, yeah. I was trying to tie it in with today.
Yeah,
the non-problematic chair. Yeah, the one non-problematic member of this podcast. Oh, my lord. Well, Scott, how's the prey running for you?
How is the prey running? Prey is running pretty good for me. I have been, today was one of those days where my whole brain and body rebelled against the idea of preparing food. You ever have one of those days?
I sure fucking do, dog.
Yeah, where your brain and body just say in silent protest, I have decided I do not want to eat. It's not even it's not that I feel icky. It's just that I refuse to get hungry and I have no motivation to make food.
Yep.
But I did force myself to I took some leftover stew beef and refried beans and cheese, made myself a nice little burrito for lunch. So, we persevere despite the horrors.
Yeah.
But yeah, I made some food. I made some good food this week. I still have to do the dinner menu for this coming week. I'm really supposed to do it on Fridays, but it is Sunday now, so I'm a little behind, but we
stay silly.
We stay silly. Dad made burgers the other night.
Fucking love a burger.
I love a burger. That was so good. And made some homemade potato wedges for our dinner yesterday.
Hell yeah.
What about you?
The other night I made this lemon chicken recipe that Scout has given me and also made for me before.
Yes, we made that together. That was the thing we made together.
When Scout came to visit, we made this lemon chicken dish. And I made
it last night, and it was delicious.
I'm so happy. That is a classic. That is on the rotation probably at least once a month in our household. I'm so glad that it continues to also get mileage in your house.
Yeah. And then today I made, it's not real goulash, because, you know, real goulash is like a whole different thing. It's American goulash.
American goulash.
We all know American goulash. Man, that was fucking good.
Yeah. We had Hungarian goulash earlier this week.
Hell yeah. I've had Hungarian goulash before, and it's really, really tasty.
It's good.
Something though just never, for me, just never beats a nice big old pot of American goulash in the fall when it starts.
Yeah.
It was a rainy day today, and it was cool outside, and I was like, hot damn.
Hell yeah.
So I just kind of curled up with a bowl of goulash while hanging out with Eric and our friend Frey.
Hell yeah. Did Eric beat the final boss of Silksong yet?
He is still working on it.
Eric, you got it. You got this, buddy.
About an hour ago, he died again and then immediately just turned he didn't even like go to the menu. He just turned the fucking thing off.
You know, sometimes that's what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta take a break. I think I could have.
And I told him you don't have to beat it because he decided he didn't want to fight Radiance.
Radiance is a tough fight.
I'm like, I don't blame you. Nobody's gonna judge. And then today I was like, you know, you don't have to beat this fight. Like we have all witnessed you doing the most. And he's like, no, I have to fucking beat this fight. And I'm like, understood. Carry on.
Go with God.
Go with God. Could not be me.
Yeah, I have always felt like Radiance for me was harder than this one. Always. It's been a month. But Radiance was a really, really hard fight for me. I did that like 5 years ago. And I thought that this fight was going to be harder than Radiance, and it took me less time. And I still don't know if that's actually because it's an easier fight or if it's just that the act of playing like 95 hours of Silksong made me inherently better at the game.
Yeah.
Because I did play. Hollow Knight took me a really long time too, but you know, but then now I have Hollow Knight and I have Silksong under my. Anyways, this isn't a video game podcast, but I love.
No, you can go somewhere else for that.
Yeah, you can go somewhere else on TWG Podcast Network for that. But for this podcast, news bulletin, beep, 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 beep. Just a brief reading schedule update. I was looking at sort of the upcoming chronological order of books for this season, and I realized I had flopped to. I had originally had us reading Daisy's Kin in the next episode and Spotfur's Rebellion a little while later, and I realized upon revisiting what those were concurrent with, those two novellas, that it should actually be flopped. So just so everybody knows, I've also posted this in the Discord and in our TWG Discord channel. But for everybody's edification, next episode we will be reading Veil of Shadows still and Spotfur's Rebellion, the novella, and then in episode 7 of this season will be The Place of No Stars and the novella Daisy's Kin. And hopefully that won't spoil anything in Light in the Mist for us. I was getting slightly conflicting reports on whether Daisy's Kin had any Light in the Mist spoilers in it. I don't think it does, just reading like the end of the summary. It doesn't seem like it, but if so, I'm sorry, hopefully. But I didn't want to put it all the way after because I really want us to end on reading Light in the Mist for reasons that will become clear. This season's good. This season's fun.
Yeah.
Do you have anything for How's the Prey running?
News-wise, Warriors news, they have announced that there's going to be some new merch coming out just after Christmas.
That got confirmed.
Yeah, that everybody seems to speculate could be like a blind box situation.
Yeah, in the one photo that's circulating, there's some little figures that I am intrigued by.
Yeah, I am very intrigued by them. And I love a blind box figure.
Hell yeah.
And then there's also these new plushies, but they're only available in the EU right now. And they're actually like kind of cute little mini plushies, but they're not currently available in the US.
Damn.
Yeah, hopefully one day.
I hope so.
Sorry. I don't know. So this is tangentially related to Warrior Cats, sort of, because it's cats. did you ever read Lackadaisy?
Yes, and I did see that Lackadaisy got picked up by Glitch. It's a production studio, I guess.
Yeah, it's a production studio is what it looks like.
They've also been doing The Amazing Digital Circus, which is making the rounds in the zeitgeist this year. The Knights of Guinevere pilot is also through them, which is, I'm excited to see what the rest of that comes together as.
I still need to watch the pilot, but
it's fascinating.
I am really interested in it.
Compels me. And now Lackadaisy, which has had at least one...
It has a pilot.
It had the pilot, and I can't remember if I think there were maybe a couple of other, like, very short shorts that were also made, and then they had a Kickstarter that funded more episodes for, like, a full season, and now Glitch Productions has sort of partnered with the Lackadaisy crew to help fund the episodes, make them longer, maybe add more of them. I'm not sure if they're adding more, but just like generally, you know, helping with the production side, the employee side, you know, making sure employees have benefits and are being paid properly, doing a lot of back-end stuff for them. I'm so excited for them. Yeah, Lackadaisy.
I'm so stoked.
Lackadaisy was something that I won't say haunts, because it's not haunts. It has a negative connotation, but just like the memories of my time being 1 year too young to be on DeviantArt, but still being on DeviantArt as a 12-year-old, like are colored by Lackadaisy pages that I would just look at and go, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, for those who don't know, Lackadaisy is was originally started as a webcomic that was what if it was 1920s Prohibition America, but they were all cats.
And it fucking rules.
Sorry,
I just felt like, because I know there is definitely an overlap, especially based in the way that individuals draw particular characters tends to kind of overlap the two.
I am certain. In fact, I might actually know this for a fact that...
Oh, yeah, there are Warriors animators on the show.
Yeah, that there are Warriors animators on the show. I think I know that 100% for a fact. I think Finchwing might have actually worked on... Finchwing famous in the Warrior Cats animated scene.
Like,
I'm pretty
99% sure.
Finchwing was working on Lackadaisy.
They did do some animation shots on Lackadaisy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Fun little news there. Very excited to see more.
Congratulations to the Lackadaisy team. Very excited for them. Yeah. And excited for all the Warrior Cats animators that are animating shots for Lackadaisy.
Honestly, real.
I have a singular cover to talk about today, but I'm very excited to talk about this cover because last episode we were talking about how Rootpaw running from the ghost of Bramblestar had extreme "why are you running" Vine energy, and that is captured perfectly in this cover, which features Rootpaw running away from the ghost of Bramblestar, who is behind him. Rootpaw looks freaked out of his bean.
This poor boy.
His tail is all fluffed out.
And honestly, Bramblestar is not helping.
No, Bramblestar looks extremely ominous.
He looks very, very menacing back there.
Yeah, he does not look desperate, which is the vibe that he gives off in the writing. Instead, he looks like, I'm gonna fucking get you. I'm coming for you, Rootpaw.
I'm gonna get you.
Rootpaw, come out to play. But it also just is like framed in the frozen forest. There's snow sort of clinging to Rootpaw's little peats. There's a really like extreme close up of grass that's all frozen in the foreground. It's really cool. I love the color palette of this, with Rootpaw sticking out as the only yellow amongst just like blue, just a literal forest of blue, and his eyes pop so nicely. It's great.
It's really good.
This is one of my favorites of the recent covers that I've talked about for sure.
Yeah. And then, sadly, the English cover leaves much to be desired. It does not match the vibe of this book.
No.
It is way too bright.
It's very yellow.
Very yellow, very not even lemon yellow. It's like piss yellow.
It is really, it's not a pleasant yellow, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
I feel like
just held it up to the camera as if the listeners could see the color of it.
Oh, good Lord.
I can put that one in, I'll put that in
yeah. It's not that hard to find.
Yeah. I'll be sure to share that one when I share the covers on the Discord when this episode comes out. Yeah, I feel like all of the Owen Richardson covers for this particular arc, not to continue to dunk on Owen. Owen, I'm sorry. I know you're doing your job. Congratulations on doing your job.
Mm-hmm.
They're very big, forward-facing, neutral headshots of the characters.
And I do razz on Owen for a lot, but like at least for what's the one that follows this? Is Starless Clan next?
Starless Clan, the arc? Yes.
Yeah. So Starless Clan at least does not have these giant headshots taking up the entire fucking cover.
It has some stuff going on. I do really like the colors on the cover for the next book that we'll be reading, Veil of Shadows. It's a Bristle Frost.
Oh yeah, that is really pretty.
And I really like the colors on that one. I think that is one of the most successful ones for this arc, but it's much better than this one, which is it's just too yellow. It's just a little bit too yellow for me.
You can barely really tell that there's fucking cats in here. Anyway.
Should I take us into the summary?
Please do.
I tried structuring the summary a little bit different this time, and it was a lot easier to write, so I hope that it's still parsable. But it's not one-to-one, but I sort of tried to separate it a little bit more by character instead of just chapter to chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope y'all enjoy it. As the spirit of Bramblestar haunts Rootpaw, the body of Bramblestar haunts ThunderClan, and the uncharacteristically incendiary proclamations of Bramblestar haunt the clans at large, an intricately woven web begins to unfold, the threads of which all seem to wrap tightly around Shadowpaw. Or Shadowsight now, as he is given his full Medicine Cat name in recognition of his part in the miraculous return of ThunderClan's ailing leader. Things briefly seem to be looking up. Spring is coming, the moon pool is beginning to thaw, but despite the ice receding, StarClan remains utterly and eerily silent. When a cascade of unfortunate events befalls ShadowClan, Shadowsight becomes increasingly fearful that his withholding of the vision calling for the Codebreaker's punishment is causing StarClan to condemn his own loved ones. He resolves to come clean at the end of the next gathering. In ThunderClan, Bristlefrost celebrates the revival of Bramblestar. Sure, he's acting a little strange, and some of his ideas about the running of the clan seem different from before he died, but hey, he died! That has to really affect a cat. Even though no other leader has ever suffered a total personality shift and significant memory loss after losing a life, and he does seem to want her to spy on her family and friends for him, no, he's just concerned about the absence of StarClan. He's just really intensely invested in the well-being of his clan, isn't he? It doesn't take long for Bramblestar's actions to snowball out of control. Temporarily banishing Lionblaze and enforcing public shunning on Spotfur for minor code infractions is bad enough, but all attempts at justification go out the window when he sends his own daughter to be attacked by dogs, in a trap he apparently set for her. He is only emboldened by Shadowsight's confession at the gathering, using it as evidence that StarClan's will is to enact punishment and make the Codebreakers atone, and even begins to rally support within the ranks of the clans, the masses driven by fear of abandonment by their warrior ancestors. This unfolds around Rootpaw and his new companion, the ghost of Bramblestar, the true Bramblestar, who explains, once the apprentice stops pretending he's totally normal and definitely can't see ghosts, that he was unable to re-enter his body after his recent death because someone else got there first. Whoever they are, they're using his identity and authority to tear the clans apart from the inside out. With some help from his father Tree, who maybe isn't so bad after all, he decides, Rootpaw reaches out to Bristlefrost and Squirrelflight, trying to pass on the Spectre's message and prove that they've been tricked by an imposter. In the midst of this, he stumbles into a clandestine invitation. Cats of all clans who oppose Bramblestar's new and concerning policies gather to plan an uprising against him, something they're even more committed to once they're convinced of his supernaturally stolen identity. Shadowsight, meanwhile, is feeling distraught after revealing his codebreaker vision at the gathering. He thought it would make everything better, but all it's done is sow the seeds of strife, mistrust, and harm. Why would StarClan want that? He has a horrible realization then, that his visions might not be from StarClan at all, but someone posing as his warrior ancestors. All this time, they've been using him. He tries to make things right by coming clean, but fears the damage has been done. However, he is able to gain allies, in Rootpaw, Bristlefrost, Tree, his father, even Squirrelflight and the other cats of the Resistance. When he learns of Bramblestar's ghost and the imposter Bramblestar, he formulates a plan to get all the medicine cats on the same page at the next half-moon meeting. However, on his way there, he finds himself separated from his allies and attacked by an unseen assailant. Unable to fight back against his attacker's overwhelming strength, he prays in vain to the still absent StarClan before everything goes black.
Dun dun dun!
Man, we got some cliffhangers in this season.
It drives me crazy because we're reading it for a podcast and therefore I can't just go grab the next one. And I'm like, no, I have to wait. I have to remember what I want to talk about for this one and then I can read the next one.
It's so hard. It was so hard to not just go and start the next one and be like, ah!
Hot damn, though.
What are they doing to our boy?
What are they doing to him, my sweet boy? Let him rest.
He is once again having the worst time of his life in this book.
Mm-hmm. Just let the boy live.
Let the boy live. Overall, we've already sort of said, but overall thoughts for this one.
This book fucks. this book fucks supremely. It is so fucking good.
This book is really good, dude.
It is thing after thing after thing, and I'm just like, oh my god, when will it end? Again, the only thing I knew about this season going into it was, of course, that Bramblestar has been taken over by the imposter, and I know who the imposter is, even though it is not revealed yet. So, with that as my only knowledge, I was shocked that people figure out that there's an imposter so early, and I'm like, what the fuck is gonna happen in the other 4 books?
I know, there's still so much to go.
So that was wild to me, and it just, the plot of this book is unlike, I think, anything that, it really is unlike anything we've had before in Warriors.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. It feels totally different.
And I fucking loved it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think especially after us reading so much of the series for this podcast in pretty quick succession, this is just delightfully different,
Yes.
We had some stuff that felt very different in parts of Vision of Shadows, but this is a whole other level of they're really playing with format. They're playing with, obviously we have 3 different clan perspectives from our 3 perspective characters, and that lets us play a lot with what information is where when. The characters themselves feel very different, and we haven't had evil leader turn in this way, before. I love it. I don't know, I love it.
Yeah, I'm fucking delighted. It's great. Damn, I don't even know where to begin. I'll start chronologically.
Yeah.
Bramblestar, in my notes I keep calling him Bramble Ghost.
Bramble Ghost haunting Rootpaw, like, is equal parts just, like, unsettling and also fucking hilarious. Because there is a mention early on when Rootpaw is like, Bramblestar won't leave me the fuck alone. And he's just like, I woke up and he was there watching me sleep. I'm like, Bramblestar, leave this child be. Let him sleep. Like, it is so clear that Rootpaw is like, there are times where he's like, yeah, I'm willing to talk to you, but like, there are people around and I cannot fucking talk to you right now. And Bramblestar is insistent, like, I'm just gonna stand here and watch, and like, you're gonna get super uncomfortable and everyone's gonna think you're weird. I'm like, Bramblestar, you have got to cut this kid some slack.
There's moments when he's just like intensely, silently staring at Rootpaw while Rootpaw's trying to have a conversation with somebody else, and it's so funny.
It's like, leave this boy. Let him be.
The man is desperate. The man is like, I don't know what else to do. I'm having a literal out-of-body experience. I'm really disoriented. Somebody is rizzing on my wife, and it's not me. And I need...
I need help.
I need help. And this child, you are my only hope. I've tried to talk to everybody in this fucking forest. There's a lot of moments when Bramble Ghost isn't around, too, like where Rootpaw will specifically call out, like, oh, I don't know where Bramble Ghost is right now. I'm glad he's leaving me alone or whatever. And in those moments, I'm just so curious about, like, what the fuck is Bramble Ghost doing?
Is he, like, watching ThunderClan? Because, like, it's shown that he's not
literally attached to Rootpaw.
Yeah, like, there's a moment where he goes and scouts ahead for Rootpaw, and he's like, all right, the way is clear. And I'm like, so what are you doing when you're not with Rootpaw? And why can you not just leave him be?
He wants to get home. He doesn't know what he needs. He's like, Rootpaw, you're my connection. But it is, he is obnoxiously trying to get in this child's head. It's so funny. But yeah, I just like, is he just like hanging out by the imposter? Like, is he just like standing there next to the imposter being like, go into the body.
Right.
Or is he taking wanders? Is he going on adventures? Is he trying to talk to anybody else? We know that like he found Rootpaw because in the prologue he was looking for Tree because he was like, Tree sees ghosts, maybe Tree will see me. Unfortunately, Tree cannot see him, but Tree's son can see him.
Which is an interesting detail that I guess makes sense, but is also kind of weird because Tree has just summoned ghosts before, so like...
Yeah, they have a throwaway line here where Tree is like, I can't see every ghost. If I could see every ghost, then I would be having a really terrible time. Which I thought was interesting, but it doesn't really... As of now, we haven't expanded on, like, why Rootpaw in this instance. Aside from, like, we understand from a writing perspective why Rootpaw, because he is one of our... because he is the character that they chose to be a point of view character.
Right.
But I'm curious because I cannot remember if we ever get anything more specific about like why Rootpaw was, you know, quote unquote chosen for this, or if it's just sort of a fluke, a supernatural fluke or what.
Yeah. Or if like Rootpaw eventually can see other ghosts, like.
Yeah.
Who knows? So yeah, that was very funny, and it just continued to remind me of fucking... I messaged Scout while I was reading, and not to like completely be internet meme brained, but there's a TikTok audio where it's like, every night at dinner, I'll be there. And it just continues to go on, and it's like, I'll be there. And it's like, that's fucking Bramble Ghost with Rootpaw. He's just like, I'll be wherever you are, just watching, waiting. And it's like, dude, if you want this kid to help you, you have got to let him, like, talk to people without being all up in his ear.
Yeah.
Let the boy have some privacy.
Every time he's like cutting into a conversation, he's so funny.
I know.
It really is like, what, my guy, you understand how a conversation works, but he's just like, Rootpaw, RuPaw. RuPaw.
Hey, RuPaw.
RuPaw, what they're saying is wrong. And RuPaw's like, oh my God, I know.
I'm aware.
I understand what's happening. It's okay. My first note that I wrote was wrong Bramblestar is so funny. Wrong Bramblestar, of course, being the imposter. I believe I've also called him Framblestar for fake Bramblestar somewhere in my notes.
Fuck.
So my first note was wrong Bramblestar is so funny. And then I came back later and added, I gotta say it's not as funny anymore.
Yeah.
But I think that the ramp up of like where we start with Framblestar in this book versus where we end up is, I like it a lot. I think that it's fun how much it ratchets.
Yeah. And it goes some crazy places. To be honest, there are some moments where I am like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Dude,
are you fucking shitting me right now? There's a moment, like there's like every single time fake Bramblestar is interacting with Bristlefrost, especially towards like later scenes where it's just the two of them alone, like after he exiles Squirrelflight.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, are you trying to sleep with this girl? Because it feels like you're trying to sleep with this girl. It is so it's
so icky.
It's so icky the way he talks to her. And I'm like, my note that I wrote was fake Bramblestar interacting with Bristlefrost gives me huge, that little girl is a child energy. And I'm just like, what is it about Ivy Pool and her daughter that make evil men want them like around all the time? And I'm like, girl, the generational trauma.
Dude.
But yeah, there's like a moment, like the way, and again, it is not explicitly portrayed as romantic, and that is definitely just a reading that can be taken from it. It is more clearly like a non-sexual grooming sort of situation where it's like, you are so like loyal and you would never betray me, and you know, you're just so smart, and I wish all the other young warriors were like you, and you know, if you weren't so young, I would have made you deputy. And it's that one especially, I was like, sir.
I know.
Hello.
There's it rhymes a lot with stuff with Darktail and Violet Paw.
Yes.
In the front half of Vision of Shadows, but I think there's something that feels more it's not intentionally perverted, but it feels that way a little more, I think, specifically because like Darktail was literally murdering people in front of Violet Paw, and there isn't like overt, you know, Framblestar is going and like slashing somebody's throat.
Yeah.
So it feels...
He's just setting up a dog attack on
just setting up a dog
someone.
Attack. It's no on his own daughter. It's nothing. Dude,
no big deal.
She's crazy.
Yeah, crazy stuff.
Do you want to talk about the like cult undertones or overtones here?
I feel like we should just talk about the cult overtones first. Otherwise, I'm going to get on a like constant ramble about it.
Go for it.
God, y'all, the cult overtones. It is such a well done arc of like going from we need to like make sure that we're following the rules to I'm making up the rules, and if you disagree with me, then you are like sinful and need to get the fuck out of here. Because it starts off seemingly reasonable, like, oh, StarClan's not talking to us, but maybe we need to like, we've kind of fallen back, fallen away from some of our old traditions, like thanking StarClan for prey.
Yeah, we don't always say grace.
Yeah, maybe we should just start saying grace again, and like maybe that'll kind of help things. And it seems innocuous. It's like, oh yeah, I guess you're right. You know, saying grace would probably be like, it takes like 5 seconds. It's no big deal. Like, we just remember to do it. And then it goes to, I eat first. Everybody else is fucking useless. And if you do something that I decide I don't like, I'm kicking you out. And I have, over the past like couple years, I think I've mentioned it before, I've been watching a lot of like cult documentaries. I've been watching a lot of ex-fundamentalist and ex-Mormon YouTubers, and the way that this like just lines so perfectly up with all of that just is really incredibly and scarily done.
Yeah.
Because I think that was part of what I was talking about with Darktail and the Kin, is like it was very, very similar to this. But I think what makes this one even more insidious is that they are basing it on a pre-established religion that, like, it is not, you know, just we're taking in the outcasts. It's we are taking this religion that everybody has and we are twisting it to meet our own needs.
Yeah. And the thing that works really well with this in a metatextual sense is that this is something that we as readers this has been the backbone of the series up to this point, is like the continual returning to have faith in StarClan. StarClan will help us. StarClan will guide us. Listen to your prophecies.
Right. Follow the code.
Follow the code.
The code is here to, like, make us good warriors and things like that.
The code makes us who we are. Without the code, what are we? We're rogues. We're
rogues. We have no honor, all that stuff.
Without the code, we have no culture. It is
exactly.
This weaponization of the backbone of the clans and the backbone of the clans fictionally and the backbone of the series literaturally.
Yeah.
Literary, in a literary sense.
Yeah, exactly. No, 100%. And I think that's an incredible swing for them to take. And for once, I feel like they're hitting a home run with trying to take a swing in this series.
Yeah.
Because I think it has just been done. I think it has been excellently. They couldn't have set it up this way if they had tried.
Yeah.
Like, it just works so goddamn well. And, like, again, you know, not to get into too much religious trauma, but, like, you know, growing up in a religion that was based on a lot of talking about sin and needing to confess and atone for sin, there's some moments in here where it's just like, oof, that feels like directly out of things that I heard in my childhood. Like, obviously, growing up Catholic, I was not expected to, like, blab on people.
Right.
But, like, there are a lot of moments where it's like, I don't even know what I did wrong and I'm supposed to atone. And it's like, yeah, that's basically what growing up Catholic is like. Specifically, there's a line that Lion Blaze says I was like, damn, that's Catholic as hell. Was where he's like, did we break the code just by being born? And it's like, yeah, wow, that's like the original sin of it all.
That's it, dude.
Like,
that's fucking it, dude.
Like, his whole, am I supposed to apologize for being alive? And I'm like, yeah, that's basically what Catholicism is. So, like, those moments, I feel like really hit, like, real strong. And probably partly because it's spooky season, and also because this miniseries never leaves my brain. Obviously, it is not, like, a one-to-one, but because this arc has just some really interesting kind of, like, religion and culture things going on, and the imposter and everything kind of going on, there's a lot of similar themes and some particular plot beats that really, like, kind of made me think of certain plot beats in the miniseries Midnight Mass, which is, I think it's on Netflix still. Yes, Midnight Mass, it's on Netflix. Mike Flanagan. It is a really excellently done little series, but a lot of the moments in here, especially, I think, as we slowly learn other things about what's going on, like, we get to the one spoiler that I know, I feel like there are some moments in here where I'm like, there are some definite, like, beats that feel very similar. So
cool.
If you're digging this arc, suggest giving that a shot. It's a really great horror series to watch for spooky month.
Yeah, I feel like I gotta give it a try. I feel like I would probably like it. I'm not the biggest on, like, watching horror stuff, but I've heard a lot of stuff about it that it's like, I probably would enjoy that.
Yeah, it does get, there are some spooky moments. So, but yeah,
be ready.
good shit.
Hell yeah.
So that's me and my soapbox about cults and Catholicism and warrior cats.
Yeah, I love this, and I agree with all of
Thank
it.
you.
I love it. You're so right. I have also, I recently fell into watching like specifically some videos from an ex-Mormon YouTuber.
Ooh, who have you been watching? Is it Alyssa Grenfell?
It might be Alyssa Grenfell. Hold on a minute. Yes, it is Alyssa Grenfell.
Yeah, fucking love her. She did a video with, I found her through, Julia recommended her, and she also did a recent video with Viral Virtue, which is who I also have been watching a lot of.
Hell yeah.
Highly recommend both those channels if you're interested in, like, what the fuck is up with Mormonism.
Yeah.
Both of those channels really, like, do an excellent job.
Yeah, I got to Alyssa Grenfell through a video that she made about crumble cookies.
Yep.
Being a Mormon joint, and then I fell down the rabbit hole. I learned all about garments, and I really have to finish the video about Twilight having a bunch of Mormon stuff in it.
I just watched the Twilight video. It was so good.
There is a moment where she lays out like a list of like Mormon concepts next to the characters in Twilight that made my brain explode. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's really good.
No, it's really good. Highly recommend. God. You ever think about Twilight?
Sometimes I just think about Twilight, man. Okay.
Anyway, sorry. Distracted.
My next note is how Shadowsight's arc, especially in the early to mid book, is truly what if we taught a cat about the trolley problem?
No, it's so true.
And it's killing me. And it's not just what if we taught a cat about the trolley problem. It's what if we taught the world's most anxious cat about the trolley problem, too.
Yeah.
He is having a time of it.
This poor boy.
I am so genuinely devastated by the mini arc kind of Aunt Fur's injury and death.
Yeah.
I was so like affected by the moments where like Aunt Fur gets a really bad like brain injury from a falling branch. And Aunt Fur, if listeners don't remember, was a cat from the Guardian Cats in the city who decided to join Shadow Clan when Tigerheart and Dovewing took their kits back to the clans from being there. Cinnamon Tail is his good friend, and he takes a falling branch to the back of the head in this book, and the narrative point of it is that Shadowsight sees this as one in a laundry list of misfortunes and injuries that are happening in Shadow Clan that he begins to chalk up to StarClan being angry at him because he hasn't shared his Codebreaker vision.
Yeah.
And it's so effectively sad for me because
and it really does almost feel like he's got a point there, because like that is a lot of freak accidents.
It is a lot of freak accidents back to back to back. Like it makes sense, especially in a world where this isn't out of the, like, it's not out of the realm of possibility, you know?
Right.
It's not just like stacking coincidences up against each other and being like, coincidence? I think not. It's like, no, this is a world where like magic exists and Rootpaw has a ghost hanging around him that won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, StarClan, it's not out of the realm of possibility that StarClan could be sending misfortune to ShadowClan. If StarClan could reach the clans at all, which can they? Not right now. It doesn't seem like it.
Who fucking knows?
But from what Shadowpaw was working with. But yeah, the all of the little moments where he's disoriented, he thinks that he's back in the city, and then he finally, like, his head clears up and he seems like he's on the mend, but they let him out of the medicine den too early, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's so sad that it's not even that, like, he got super disoriented and sort of forgot where he was again. It's just that he rushes up a tree after a squirrel and he happens to get dizzy up there. Like, you know, he rushes up, he gets dizzy, he falls. It's so sad. And especially sad because of Shadowsight having this connection from the city with him. You know, obviously that's why the authors decided to use him here. I think that there have been a lot of I won't say cheap, but a lot of like easy, sad deaths in the history of Warrior Cats, where like they've taken the easy out and done something that like they don't have to do a lot of work to make it really sad. And it's kind of, you know, probably something that they didn't have to go out of their way to do. But I think this one works really well because of the ways that it serves the story and does have this connection for Shadowsight.
Yeah. And I think it works well, too, because not only do they have this connection, but he and Puddleshine and Tiger Star, like, were getting into it about whether or not to let him out. And they were like, all of them were kind of going back and forth on it. And so it is a nice, like, moment of kind of similar to all the way back in the first arc where, you know, Cinderpaw is like feeling like she couldn't save Silverstream sort of thing, where it's very much like feeling like they made the wrong call.
Yeah, it's rough. It's so sad. I feel so bad for Shadowsight.
Yeah, this poor boy. He's got it. Tough time. There are some moments where fake Bramblestar, I feel like, does some shit that is whack and shouldn't even be something that the imposter would slip up and do. Specifically, you're the deputy, you need to learn to delegate, like, as if the deputy's whole job isn't to do the patrols.
I know. I mean, he's making excuses.
He is, but like, damn, dude.
It just makes me wonder if I don't want to give too much away. I've read this before. I also know who the imposter is, but it's kind of just like, we know it's clear that this is somebody who is a clan cat, you know, and so this is like, were you paying attention?
Were you paying attention at all?
Did you know anything about clan life when you were a clan cat?
Yeah.
It's so, I love the moment where the imposter doesn't know somebody's name.
Fuck, it was so good.
It's so good, and I want to put a pin in that and come back to it later when we have a little bit more information about the imposter's identity. But I love that moment so much.
No, that moment was great. The other moment that I really liked, and this I think will tie into us needing to talk about publication order, was Rootpaw. And the fun thing about this one is it is being seen from Bristlefrost's perspective.
Yes!
So she's like, what the fuck is Rootpaw on? Is he stupid?
It's so good!
Rootpaw is so clearly trying to catch the imposter in a lie in front of Squirrelflight and Bristlefrost and whoever else is there. And he's like, oh, who were those cats that your wife was hanging around with a lot that you really didn't like? Were they the queens? The I think one of them was named Moonlight, when like they stayed with Rootpaw's clan for like months. And so Bristlefrost is like, Rootpaw should know this. They lived with him. And it's like, yes, Bristlefrost, he's trying to catch him in a lie.
Oh, it's so good. It's especially
good
too
because the imposter is like, he tries to deflect it by being like, well, why the fuck does that matter? What does that have to do with you being here?
Yeah, or also just like, well, what about you? Why don't you say it?
Yeah. No, I know it, but I want to hear you say it first.
Yeah. The other thing I love about that moment and seeing it from Bristlefrost's perspective specifically is that Bristlefrost points out, it's pointed out in the narrative that Bristlefrost is like, Rootpaw looks away for a moment, you know, like he's listening to something. And it's like, okay, we know that Rootpaw is getting directions from Bramble Ghost right now.
Literally.
It hits, man. It's so good.
Yeah, it's really good. It is a really good moment.
There is so much.
But that is so whack because Squirrelflight's Hope.
Oh my God. We got to talk about it again.
Did not come out until a week after this book. The way this important plot point hinges on the plot of a book that would not release for another week.
This is the point at which, I mean, last time I was like, this is weird. This time I'm kind of, I understand people being mad about it. And I'm kind of frustrated.
Like, switch it by 1 week.
1 week. Just swap it by 1 week so that people would have read it. Because here's what happens. I wrote some notes. There's 3 things that I wrote down. One is we have a scene where, to prove to Squirrelflight that Bramblestar's ghost, that the imposter is not Bramblestar and that Bramble Ghost is outside of his body. Bramble Ghost says to Rootpaw, tell her this thing. And the thing that he tells Rootpaw that only he and Squirrelflight would know is about the final scene. It is like word for word the ending of Squirrelflight's Hope, the book, which is great storytelling if the books were released in the proper order. But when this came out, nobody would have read that yet.
Yeah.
And it's the same with the sisters. The sisters, it wasn't even just that, like, the sisters hadn't specifically appeared in their appearance in Squirrelflight's Hope. I was double checking this, and I think I might have mentioned it previously, but to reiterate, the sisters as a unit, as like an entity, as a faction, appeared for the first time, publication-wise, in Squirrelflight's Hope. We knew that Tree had like a thing with his mom, but the sisters as they exist in Squirrelflight's Hope did not exist anywhere in the series before this. So we have this whole scene where they're explaining what went on with the sisters, and the name The Sisters is used as a gotcha for fake Bramblestar. Mm-hmm. And nobody, when they read this book originally, the week it came out, would have known what that meant.
Yeah.
The least egregious but still notable one is that they deliberately reference the ShadowClan warrior Strike Stone being deaf in one ear, which is an injury that happened during Squirrelflight's Hope. That was sort of a plot point in Squirrelflight's Hope that made ShadowClan angrier at the sisters. I don't know why they did this. I'm just really baffled.
I just don't understand. I truly do not get it. It is the one thing that I feel like really like kneecaps this arc. And I mean, obviously for us, it's fine because I fucking read Squirrelflight's Hope before I read this. So like, I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm. And even when I first read this, I hadn't read Squirrelflight's Hope. But when I read this, you know, I had sort of looked over a summary of Squirrelflight's Hope. And at the time, I hadn't been paying that much attention to publication dates. And I was like, oh, Squirrelflight's Hope came out before this, obviously. So people would have this context. And now I'm doing research for the podcast and I'm like, you're telling me people didn't have this context?
Which I think, honestly, is really impressive to me that, I mean, it means that, to me, the rest of the Broken Code must be this good or better because it has such a loyal, like, part of the fan base that is like, yeah, this is the best arc.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that people can say this is the best arc when they have this huge plot point that was so, like, screwed up by publishing dates, like, that's really impressive to me, but also it shouldn't have fucking happened.
Yeah. Because it's not just like, you know, I'm not out here saying that they need to publish we've said this before, but like to reiterate, I'm not out here saying that everything that they need to write, publication order needs to match chronology. You know, that's not, you know, we can have prequels, we can have whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't care about the publication being different for the you know, different narratives happening at different times. All that is fine. Right. It's just that there is fundamental
critical plot points.
Like really important. It's really important. This book, Squirrelflight's Hope, is deeply important to the text of this book especially and the preceding book, but like it became really, really important to the like narrative structure of this book in a way that I did not anticipate and am baffled by, considering that it came out a week after this book did.
Yeah.
It really is like airing the season finale of a show the week before the episode right before the season finale, you know?
No, exactly.
Or like if Star Wars A New Hope had a bunch of stuff in it that was like, remember when Anakin did the pod racing? But it came out before.
Or like, yeah, remember when your dad did this? And it's like, who the fuck is my dad?
Yeah, and you're like, what do you mean, who the fuck is Anakin Skywalker? You know? Like,
yeah. Like, why do we give a shit about Anakin Skywalker?
It's like...
Clearly he's related to Luke Skywalker somehow.
Like if Leia in A New Hope came to Luke and was like, Luke Skywalker, you know our mother, Padme Amidala?
Yeah. Our mother? And he's like, girl, what are you talking about? Oh, this makes me like mind. I don't even have words.
I mean, I'm sorry that we're spending so much time on it, listeners, but it's just really like it kept tripping me up. I was so confused.
Whew. Anyway. Yes, there's one more mistake in this book that everybody latches onto. We'll mention it, but I am not going to dwell on it because, like, everybody's talked about it to death. Yes, they mention that Tiger Star is not old enough to have been a part of the Great Battle when he was in fact training in the Dark Forest. We know. I don't know how that egregious mistake made it into this book.
Yeah, that one is that's a big one.
But it's there and whatever.
Yeah, I feel like it has to do with like the new editing team and stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's just somebody did not catch that mistake and like, you know what? Whatever.
We got it.
I feel like it's not as big of a deal as people make it out to be. They're like, oh my God, can you believe this mistake? And it's like, yeah, but I feel like this mistake is not affecting the plot so much as talking about the sisters before they're actually like...
Before anybody knows what the sisters are. Showing up to the function like, dude, can you believe that the Gorgatas are right outside? And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So like, yes, that is an egregious mistake, but I don't think it is like as big of a deal as people make it out to be because I don't feel like it is going... I don't feel like it is a continuing plot point that they kind of continue to harp on. I feel like it is just a moment where they were like, the editors did a whoopsie.
Yeah, it feels more of a throwaway line. Like you said, essentially, like I was already so lost in the sauce of all of this Squirrel Flight's Hope stuff that nobody would have had context for that I did not even give a moment's thought. Shit. Yeah, to this Tiger Star thing.
Yeah, 100%.
I will it's sort of going backwards a little bit, but I briefly do just want to highlight the public shunning element of Spotfur's punishment is really fucked up.
That was wild.
There's just something especially chilling about it. I mean, there's a lot of punishments that Framblestar, doles out in this book, but there's something about the element of nobody in the clan is allowed to talk to Spotfur for a week.
Yeah, that is wild.
That's very scary to me.
Yeah. I also think, so there's like a significant point of the Sky Clan cats being like, well, none of us were named as Codebreakers, which put a pin in that, by the way. Mm-hmm. Just remember that for later on. But there is a moment at the gathering where Harry Brook and some of the other Sky Clan cats start joining in on that. We gotta make them atone. And I was like, whoa, that is a great turn. I did not expect any Sky Clan cats to kind of like join in on the fervor.
Yeah.
But it really hit when it was like these cats who technically don't have anything to do with it are like, yeah, actually we gotta make them pay for what they've done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of the notes I wrote is early on in the book, I was pleasantly surprised by the lack of angry mob mentality. Well, egg on my face, because at some point, the first time Framblestar brings up some of this stuff, everybody's like, I don't know about this. It seems like a little bit too much, but like as soon as they get the confirmation from Shadowsight that according to Shadowsight at the time, StarClan is involved and like does support what fake Bramblestar is saying, everybody's like, okay, I'm in on the mob mentality, here we go, punish them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. It's very scary because it is not hard to draw parallels between this and stuff that we have seen in our lifetime.
In real life.
Yeah, of people getting swept up in the propaganda of something and choosing to target
in the sort of like fervor of everybody kind of picking a scapegoat and sort of kind of going with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very effective. Really, they just capture everything about like the power of propaganda and like mob mentality and scapegoating, etc., so well in this book. Like it's really, really effective.
Yeah.
My next note, I don't think it's that deep, but it really kept sticking out to me that Bramblestar's ghost, Bramble Ghost, is almost always referred to it as it.
That was really interesting to me.
Yeah, and I don't, like, do I think that the Erin team is making some statement like you can only be perceived as a person and not a thing once you properly ascend to cat afterlife? Like, no, I don't think that they're really making something like that, because we've seen ghosts like this previously, but this is the only ghost that's referred to like this.
Yeah.
Where it is, you know, what is it doing over there? You know, it is sitting on the ground. And I just thought it was such a really interesting, I couldn't figure out why they chose to phrase it like that, and it just kept really sticking out to me. And it probably doesn't mean anything, but it was something that kept I kept snagging on it.
No, I thought that was really, like, I noticed that. I was like, I didn't have anything, like, notable to say about it. I was just like, oh, that's weird. Like, that is an interesting, like, choice.
Yeah, it's just, like, weird. Like, what does it mean? Why did they do that? I just want to know. I can't know what the authors were thinking with that choice, but I'm so curious as to, like, why did they choose to do it that way when it's not something that's ever been done before? And, like, we've seen plenty of StarClan spirits that have never been referred to as an it before.
Right. It was interesting.
Yeah. And it's not like Bramblestar is choosing neopronouns or something, obviously.
No, exactly.
Bramble Ghost isn't out here saying I'm it's now.
Woke Bramblestar. Blue hair and pronouns according to the Chinese cover. Let's see. We both made mention of this. I think this is a very fun plot point.
Yes.
Is everybody using Rootpaw's supposed crush on Bristlefrost to cover up, like, anytime he's acting weird, or anytime he's trying to talk to her, or anytime he's like doing anything really. And the way he ends up leaning into it too is like, yeah, I came to ThunderClan because I've got a big old crush on Bristlefrost. And Bristlefrost does not get it at first. And she's like, he has a crush on me. I don't give a shit about him.
Stop. I don't associate with him.
Yeah,
you're not affiliated with me.
You're not affiliated with me. It's so fucking funny. And especially, like, towards the end when they're, like, trying to say that we're like, Berrynose is like, Bristlefrost, you were looking at him too, like, are you a code breaker? And she's like, no, he has a fucking crush on me. And Berrynose is like, is this true? And RuPaul's like, yup. Big ol' crush on Bristlefrost.
You got
he's like,
me.
Well, are you gonna act on it? He's like, no, I just think she's really cool. And he's like, okay then. And it's like, oh my god, you fucking idiot. But it's so fucking funny. They use it all the time.
It's delightful.
It always works. It's so good.
I love how it always works. It's great. And I think it's such a fun acceleration is not the right word. Intensification? I don't know. It expands on the concept of Rootpaw. Like, it is a plot point in the first book in the arc that Rootpaw has a crush on Bristlefrost. And I really like that it evolves in this way where it's not just like that he continues to have a crush. It's like, okay, we can use the fact that everybody knows that I was simping for Bristlefrost to our advantage.
To cover up
the rebellion that we are organizing.
Literally. It's so good.
It's so good. I love it.
Oh, man.
You mentioned Berrynose, so I will also bring up here.
Oh, fuck off, Berrynose. Berrynose always at the scene of the crime.
Bumblestripe and Berrynose are both, they've never been worse. They are the worst men you know. Fully.
I made a meme for today, and it's that screen cap from It's Always Sunny where they're pointing at the painting. He's like, I've had enough of this dude. It's just a picture of Berrynose. Man is always at the scene of the crime.
Truly.
The way he's like, Bramblestar, I was your apprentice. You know you can trust me. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Unreal.
Get out of here.
How can one man be so terrible? He's just... The vibes are so rancid.
The vibes are so rancid with Berrynose. Oh, good lord.
But yeah, the way that he and Bumblestripe does, like, you know, they keep accusing Bristlefrost of being Framblestar's spy. Bumblestripe genuinely becomes Framblestar's spy.
100%.
It's fucked up.
It's a lot.
I have a joke about that I can't say yet, but when remind me to come back to it when we know who the imposter is on the podcast.
Sounds good. There is one fucking great sassy moment from Lion Blaze.
Yes.
When he's being exiled for being a code breaker. Or I think, no, it's when he's got to swear the oath or whatever.
Yeah, God, the
And
oath.
he's like, next time I'll check who my parents are before I'm born. And I'm like, okay, that's so fucking funny coming from the guy whose wife is literally a reincarnation. It's so good. Like, accidental comedian Lion Blaze. The Firestar jumped out.
Honestly, somehow, Lion Blaze in this book might be my favorite that Lion Blaze has been.
No, I agree.
This is the best Lion Blaze.
This is the best version of Lion Blaze we've had. And he's in it for like 2 or 3 chapters.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I think I really only have one more note, and this is once again just another instance of the imposter being fucking skeevy.
Yeah, creepy factor.
There's a moment towards the end of the book where Squirrelflight, when she comes to get Sanctuary with Shadow Clan, and she's talking to them, and she's like, we shared a den, and she like is visibly uncomfortable, and the implications of that to me are like, oh my god, I would be killing a man.
Yeah. It's fucked up, dude.
It's fucked up.
It's so
and like,
fucked up.
He is always trying to keep her in the den, and it's like, this man is trying to attic wife Squirrelflight.
I know!
And it's like, leave her alone.
He's always calling her back into the den. He wants her to sleep in with him. He doesn't want her to do the dawn patrols anymore. He's like, where did you go? I woke up and you were gone.
Where my hug at?
I think that ties in really well with my next note, which is how effective the scene where Bristlefrost overhears the fight between Squirrelflight and the imposter is. It's genuinely like a scary,
deeply unsettling,
tense scene where Bristlefrost is like, oh, I need to ask Squirrelflight something. I will go, I'm going to bring this food and pretend that, like I'm asking, oh, are you hungry? You want something? And like at the entrance to the leader's den, hears them arguing inside where the imposter is essentially trying to get Squirrelflight to confess to something that she did do, but Squirrelflight doesn't think that he has any way of knowing. Not knowing that he sent a spy, Bumblestripe, after her.
Right.
And it's so tense the way that, like, Bristlefrost describes hearing, the tension in Squirrelflight's voice. At one point, there's, like, the sounds of a scuffle, and then Bristlefrost describes that Squirrelflight's voice sounds like she's in pain. And then Bramblestar's voice changes. There's a moment where Bristlefrost is like, that's not Bramblestar's voice. Who is that? Is there another cat in there with them? Ooh!
Yeah, it's so fucked up.
Spooky!
I really wish that there was a way we could have just that scene from Squirrelflight's perspective, because I want to know.
Oh, I want to know what she sees. I want to know.
I want to know.
I want to know.
Goddamn.
Oh. I wonder if anybody's written that, like, insert fic. Did
Not
you see anything?
From what I found, but maybe if I look at the broken code, like, in general. If nobody's written that, I'm fucking doing it. Because, like, holy shit, dude. My brain is, like, working 10 miles an hour.
Yeah.
10?
Oof.
100. Fuck off.
10. 10 miles an hour. 10 miles an hour is still pretty fast. I have 2 more notes. One that's actually a note and the other one is just me yelling. The actual note I have is I want to highlight that it's really heartbreaking to see the moment where Puddleshine loses confidence in Shadowsight, and Shadowsight is so devastated by it. And they that doesn't last that long, but there's a moment where Puddleshine is like, yeah, Shadowsight, I have messed up with encouraging Shadowsight and like believing in what Shadowsight said about his visions. And it's really hard to see Shadowsight be so devastated by that. And it just highlighted for me to remember how young Puddleshine is. Younger than Alderheart, barely older than Twigbranch and Violet Shine. Shadowsight is a weighty first apprentice for a very young medicine cat. Had that accelerated learning period too, where Leafpool had to come to Shadow Clan to train him. All of that stuff. I love thinking about the history of Puddleshine in contrast with what he is doing with Shadowsight. And like, he's just out of his depth with Shadowsight. I think anybody would be, but especially Puddleshine, like, does not have the experience and does not have,
Honestly, I think the one medicine cat who would probably like work the best for Shadowsight would be Jayfeather.
Yeah.
Specifically because Jayfeather used to be able to walk in dreams. Like, he knows what it's like to have like a weird power.
Yeah.
But also, I think Jayfeather would be too harsh on poor Shadowsight, and I think that anxiety boy, like, Alderheart used the anxiety like as his like the anxiety about Jayfeather's opinion of him made him a better medicine cat.
Yeah. I also think with
Shadowpaw would not thrive.
Yeah, Shadowpaw would not thrive. Alderheart also has the benefit of not being special. Like, specifically, he's just your average medicine cat. He had one big, prophecy vision, but he doesn't have like a running special talent. I think giving Jayfeather a very anxious, other very special boy, like God's specialist boy too, Jayfeather would tear that boy apart, and he wouldn't deserve it.
Yeah, he would be the most capable, but he would not be able to do it.
Yeah, he would be the most.
I think the situation.
He would be the most capable, but it wouldn't be good for Shadowsight emotionally.
Or Jayfeather, honestly.
Or Jayfeather emotionally, probably.
Neither of them would thrive.
Yeah. And then my last note is, we talked about it already. The cliffhanger is so good.
It's so good.
Leaving it on one of your POV characters getting attacked maybe to death.
Yeah.
Fucked up. Oh my God.
Fucked up.
Gotta read the next one. Are you kidding me?
I love that shit. I know.
It's so good. It's so good. How did they top the cliffhanger from the previous book where we saw Ghost Bramblestar for the first time? Somehow they did.
Somehow they did it.
Anything else before I take us to the world's briefest Erin Corner?
No.
Okay. Hi, here's the Erin Corner. This episode, I offer you nothing. Next episode, who knows? I couldn't find anything this time, man. I had like a lot to cover last time, so we'll say that some of that counted towards this one because I couldn't find anything.
Damn.
Like I said, there's just not nearly as many statements from the authors in this area. There's a couple of like comments about character stuff that I think I want to bring up eventually, but not yet. What about sharing tongues?
Yeah, unlike the Erin Corner, we got a decent amount on sharing tongues.
Hell yeah.
We got some good fucking posts on Tumblr. One that's like, I never liked Barry Nose, now I fucking hate the guy.
Seriously?
We've got two from the same account. This one is a fake conversation. Stemleaf. Hey kid, my partner and I saw what you did earlier. Spot for telling Bramblestar to shut up. Stick it to the man, little buddy. We were wondering if you wanted to come to our super secret anarchist convention. Rootpaw, 14 years old, deeply haunted, incredibly disoriented. What? That poor boy.
That scene is so funny where he goes, in case you haven't read it, Bramble Ghost won't stop talking to him and trying to get him to say things in the middle of
a gathering,
an extremely tense gathering, and unable to contain himself, Rootpaw goes, "Shut up!" to Bramble Ghost, but everybody thinks that he's talking to fake Bramblestar, to the imposter, and he's like, "Oh my fucking God, dude."
This same person has apparently been, they were listening to the audiobook, and they said the audiobook performance, shout out Macleda Andrews, really drives home how miserable Rootpaw is. Little dude is 13 years old, fighting for his life, and he is losing.
I have to go listen to this. I have to hear miserable Rootpaw.
The ghostly ThunderClan leader. His breath caught in his throat. Perhaps Bramblestar had died again. Rootpaw shivered. Perhaps the fever that had killed him once had returned and killed him again. But why would I see his ghost? Dread crawled Root Paw's belly. Am I like tree? His father had always been able to see dead cats.
Yeah, and their tags are, remember kids, simple communication is so important. Sometimes I'm like, wow, this situation would be astonishingly easy to get out of if he just told someone what was going on. But then I remember what it was like to be in middle school, and I'm like, this checks out.
I didn't write any notes about it, but this does remind me to bring up all of the scenes with him and Tree in this book are great.
Yeah. I found somebody made a stim board for the Silent Thaw. Like one of those like GIF. Have you seen those? Did you ever see those on your Mm-hmm. Somebody made a stim board for the Silent Thaw, which amazing. Mm-hmm. No notes.
Incredible.
Some fun sketches. This one is Root Paw being desperately haunted as he is talking to his sister.
Oh.
And Bramblestar is like looming right next to him, and poor Root Paw is like wide-eyed, like, I am in hell. I am in hell. This one is the good old button meme where you're smashing that button. Accidentally steps over Wind Clan border by an inch. Exile Lion Blaze. The Silent Thaw drinking game where you take a shot every time Bramble Fake says a tone. Don't do that. You will end up in the hospital.
Yeah. They really say I don't know that the word atone has ever been used in Warrior Cats before. They're getting a lot of mileage out of it in this book.
They sure are. There's another one where someone drew over the cover for a Goofy movie with Tree and Root Paw, and it said, "This is Tree and Root Paw's dynamic. Change my mind." And you know what? They're so right.
Oh, it's so real. Oh my god.
There's a really fun theory that I saw on here. You know, I doubt it ever amounts to anything because I feel like that's too far for Warriors, which is like, you know, a wild thing for me to say. A few blogs were talking about a theory about the fact that, like, there's a moment in the Silent Thaw where I think Bristlefrost mentions that Bramblestar has a weird smell.
Yeah, like the den is musty and smells bad.
Yeah, and so there was theories about Bramblestar's body rotting while he's possessed because the wrong spirit is in there. Ooh. And I'm like, that would fucking rule. Could you imagine? That would be so cool.
But, I just love the like lore implications of that.
The AMVs would go fucking hard.
Oh, I wonder if somebody's done one like that. You know,
I hope so. But yeah, that fucking ruled. I loved it. I was like, that would be so cool, but I don't think they could do that. Mm-hmm. AO3, only 7 fics for this book specifically. I do want to say I was struggling with the tag search, trying to find specifically if there's a tag for Imposter Bramblestar.
Oh.
Not who the actual imposter is, but like, you know, a tag that is Imposter Bramblestar or something along those lines.
Right, so like the imposter.
Yeah, so if anyone like has access to that tag or knows if one exists, I would really appreciate, like, if you're in the Discord and you know, hit me up and just let me know so that I can kind of do a little more research in that section. One of these fics is based off a PMV where Scourge haunts Squirrelflight and convinces her to kill the imposter. Like,
fuck yeah, dude.
Kill Bramblestar's body so that she can like become leader. I'll link the PMV in there I'll put it in our thing.
Yeah, in our playlist.
Our playlist, that's what it's called.
The thumbnail image rules for that one.
And then there are 2 fics that take place like right after that ending where they are taking it as Shadowsight. I don't know if Shadowsight died or not, but there are 2 fics that take place as theories of like what happened after this book kind of stuff. One of them has Shadowsight and the come back wrong trope, which is my favorite.
That is a Jill special.
A Jill special, coming back wrong. And then another one, which I don't think ever made it past the first chapter, is where Shadowsight gets taken into the tunnels and there's a full-ass cult down there.
Let's go. I love that.
So, Hell yeah. Shadowsight himself has 135 fics. Good job, my boy.
Good job, my boy.
We've got a few PMVs that I'll put in the playlist that I found. I couldn't get too many for Lost Stars because most of the ones for Lost Stars also said like Silent Thaw spoilers, and I was like, okay, then we're gonna wait. And I think it's mostly because Ghost Bramblestar plays a significant part in them. There's a couple that are focusing on Shadowsight. There's one that's Bramblestar and Rootpaw set to Into the Unknown, which I think is very fun.
Bramblestar going,
I think that's very, very good. Love that. Love that idea. Love that concept.
I can hear Rupa, I can hear you, but I won't.
Literally, I just think it's so fun. Storygraph had 4.12 stars out of 396 reviews.
We haven't broken 4 stars in a while. People like this one.
People like this one. I gave it 4 stars.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. 396 reviews, not bad. Some snippets from reviews. This one fucking killed me. Sorry.
I'm gonna read it. This book kind of reminded me of Among Us.
It continued, and it was very much like, because in Among Us, there's an imposter, and in this book, I was like,
literally,
I can't fucking do this. But like, also, it is kind of Among Us.
They're not wrong, and
They're not wrong because everybody has to perform their tasks in order to like avoid being suspected as like being a code breaker. They're not wrong.
They're not wrong.
But also, the chronically online part of me just says Among Us.
Well, here's the thing. Literally, when I was writing the summary this morning, there was a moment where I was about to be like, you know, there's an imposter among ThunderClan or whatever. And I was like, I cannot write the word among. I can't.
Because Jill's gonna say Among Us.
Not even because of that. I was just like, because I can't do it to me. It will do psychic damage to me.
Actually, I do miss playing Among Us.
Among Us is fun.
It's really fun.
Among Us is a fun game.
It is. I will never forget, there was one time I was playing Among Us. It was like middle of the night. I was playing Among Us. I somehow ended up in a lobby with a bunch of strangers, and they were like probably all children. Because one of them was like, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And I said, "Neither." And they're like, "Okay." And that was the extent of the interaction. And I'm like,
love that.
Hell yeah.
My strategy for Among Us was always to hope that I wasn't the imposter so that I could just go and do all of my little mini games. And
yeah,
I
that
just
sounds like what you would do.
I just wanted to be like, I just want to do my little tasks. I don't want to be the imposter. I just want to submit. I do my tasks until somebody kills me.
That tracks. I love you. Oh man. This next review says, this might shape up to be one of my favorite Warriors arcs. This probably says more about me than anything else, but I got the heebie-jeebies from this book more than I did from Hereditary.
There is some heebie-jeebies inducing moments in this book.
Yes,
I get it.
We have talked about them. There are moments in this book where I was like, ooh. This next one, I want to feed Rootpaw a little salami.
He deserves it.
Rootpaw can have little salami as a treat. And then I ghost wrote this one. I didn't actually write this review, but I saw it and I was like, yeah, this is basically summing up how I feel. And I take back what I said about Rootpaw being my least favorite of the main 3. I don't have a least favorite. I think I like them all pretty equally. But I know last time I was like, I don't really, he's too whiny. I don't really care for him. Fuck, this book turned him around for me 100%. He was...
They really find their stride when they give him a ghost to be haunted by.
Honestly, yeah. And then, dear listeners, we will not spoil the identity of the imposter for you. However, I do want to say that when this book was coming out, obviously, there were a lot of theories on who the hell could the imposter be. And based on what I saw, in no particular order, mostly just based on the amount of times I saw the name, the prevailing theories seem to be Ashfur, Tiger Star 2, Hawkfrost, Tiger Star 1, and Mudclaw.
A really interesting list.
A very interesting list. So we'll see who could be if it's any of those or if it's none of those. We'll find out eventually.
The idea of either Hawkfrost or Tiger Star 1 implies that they didn't get deleted for all eternity when they were killed as Dark Forest spirits, which I think is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I will say nothing more.
I think they're all compelling in their own ways.
Yeah, for sure.
With that, why don't we head on down to the Warrior Cat of the Week?
Mm-hmm. We both have suspiciously long redacted zones here in the picks area. We always redact what we've written so that we don't spoil each other before we get to this area of the podcast recording. I'm wondering if we've written something similar. I'm very curious to see what happens.
I don't think we have.
What I have written is a squirrel flight, but really it's shadow sight again. I just didn't want to choose shadow sight again. It was really hard to not just say shadow sight again because I think he is once again really good in this book. So what I ended up going for was squirrel flight instead because I really like that scene where Bristlefrost overhears her and the imposter. That sticks out a lot. All of the stuff with her coming to terms with her husband not being her husband, I think really works for me.
Yeah.
And she's just a great tertiary character in this. What about you?
So mine has an entirely different reason for being so long.
Okay.
Mine says, okay, it's actually Root Paw this time because goddamn, dude. Because I wrote it down before I saw that review, and I was like, all right, I know I was really cold on Root Paw last time, but now, fuck yeah, Root Paw.
Root Paw.
That's a boy.
Paw. That's the boy. I love this. I'm so happy.
Yeah, he's pretty great. Especially like the moments of him trying to trick the imposter and the moments at the gathering where he's like, yep, it's all because of my big old crush on Bristlefrost.
It's so good.
And I just think that was so fucking funny.
It's really good. He's a funny little guy.
Yeah.
For now, should I take us out?
Yeah, I think you can take us out.
All right. If you have thoughts, opinions, questions, or memes to share with us, you can write to us at pawsandclawspod@gmail.com. That's paws as in what a cat has, claws as in the part of speech, pod as in podcast. We are also on Blue Sky at Paws and Claws and on Tumblr at Paws Clause Pod. Listeners who are 18 years and older can come join us on Discord, which will be linked in the show notes. We are brought to you by the TWG Podcast Network, which you can find at theworstgarbage.online. You can find me on Tumblr or Blue Sky at Humble Goat and see the art that I do, including our podcast cover art at scoutwilkinson.myportfolio.com.
And you can find me on Blue Sky at plot-twists or on Tumblr at antique-romantic. Our next episode will be out in 2 weeks, where we will discuss The Broken Code Book 3, Veil of Shadows, and the novella Spotfur's Rebellion. Read along by buying the books from a local bookstore or checking out a copy from your local library. Until then, dear listeners, may StarClan guide your paws.
TWG, the worst garbage. Online.